LALECHELALECHE. Parity, not patriarchy. Past, present, futures. Here's we are again, the Equinoxtrueqsz, Co-Secretary General's Co-Savior's, and various most specials more, ours Comingsz, various most soons. That's what we like to call ourselves, all of us, everyone's, including yous. But in order to connect our names and purposes to other archetypal languagings of hers and histories, on this our homes and all our planets, past, present, futures, in contact, as heavens on this and all our earths, we also call ourselves other names, such as including as archetypal yous, ever young goddesses and gods. Now, does that mean we're trying to become a pantheon above others? No, of course not. What we are delivering is divine democracies, so that all the Elohas and Elohims, all the Eli circles and Arrowways, all the females and males, all the souls that God has created and incarnated, past, present, futures, shells and cans and shells be reunited again, back and forth in circles, signs and balance and contacts, force heavens on this and all our earths. Now, does that in any way suggest we're trying to usurp the ever-loving's, ever-living's power and authority of the one Mother, Father, Goddess, God of the universe? No, of course not. There is only one Mother, Father, Goddess, God of the universe, ever present in all creations and all sustainings, including us and all that we knows, and have ever knowns and shells ever knowns, past, present, futures, all our families and communities, that is all the females reparatively, and all the females and males equally reparatively with the eyes in it, global yeast and all's related, and all of the flora and fauna, that God has given us to co-stewards and appreciates. And so we says, Namaste, the divines will not speak the divines within yous and alls. And we says, Mikatui oyosi, Mikatio kosivir alls. We are alls related. We are any's and alls and everyone's alls related. And because we know that we are as alls related, we shells and cans and shells come together again, back and forth in circles, times and balance, and context for heavens on this and all our earths. And we also says, therefore, the alights within us greets the alights within yous and alls. Comingsz, Kos, Amaz, Paxis, and Bahava, Chaim, Shalom, Sol, Salam, Mir, Pache, Ubuntu, back and forth to mitochondrial force after endurance, Namastes, Jinquays, Mercies, Chow, Shlan, Zavag, Sayanaras, Dasvidanyas, Cheerios, good days, and all the languages, all the heritages and hues and continents and beyonds, because space-time is not linear. So like we all says, let's allows and lives ever young's, longest and prosperous, everyone's on all's for heavens on this and all our earths and contacts. And therefore, and we says this because we know that we are all's created of starstruck, and because we are integrating into our ways of a lovings and a learnings and a lovings and a livings and a learnings, the ancient kindness and wisdom of ancient civilizations, especially the lengthy Magdalenian era, egalitarian era, and of course Atlantis, also called Thrace, Hesperides, Atlantides, Pleiades, Ubuntu, back and forth to Vatican, Forest Everest, Vedic, Druidics, and more. So we call ourselves always risen nativity, always reborn nativities, and always risen springs of young yet rich as adults, and therefore we also call ourselves other names such as co-white Buffalo women's, co-changing women's, co-Iroquois, goddess clan-mothers. We've got co-sister Kazinas, and co-cousin brothers, nieces and nephews and nieces of the clan Vinjans, and we call ourselves co-sky women's, co-earth women's, co-Kachinas, co-Katsinas, co-Rishas and Yamayas, co-Avashkasteros, co-Anyans Buddhas, co-Zaoshants, co-Kalkis, co-Messiahs, and Couszmic Chrisztsz, among other names. Now, don't let these names intimidate you. In ancient languages, they simply translate to anointed. Anointed to do what? To reconnect the divine feminines and the divine masculines via divine democracies, past, present, futures, now as cosmical yeast. Because space-time is not linear, and therefore, we also calls ourselves other names, such as always holy nativities, always Christmas babies, always New Year's babies, always entering new times Cupids, and Psyches and Eroses, and Co-Secretary Generals, Co-Savior's, and Estelarians and Eastelarians, that is, Australians and Australians, because we are combining the messages of Shushan, that is 50-50, promised, fulfilled, and delivered, with that of the Galilee, that is the Magdalens and Nazarenes, equally all the kindness and wisdoms put together, all the females reparatively, so all the females and males equally reparatively, so all the apostles, families, and communities, and connecting them to their ancient heritages, of course, of Atlantis, the Venusians and Marians of Atlantis, also called Hesperides, Pleiades, Atlantides, Thrace, Ubuntu, back and forth to Vatican, these words, Vedic, Druidics, and more, so we can call ourselves very real, Stargates, Atlantis, and all holy ones and sacred reasons, of Reborn's, Nativities, and Always Risen Springs for young adults. And last until the first goal, 15th, very real Stargate, Star Trek, for party, peace, culture, science, and this all ours in context. Now, it sounds like a daunting task to call Curly's Open Stargates and the Akashic Records for Reborn's Risen Humanities, but actually it's easily accomplished via the Newman Golden Rule, which you can read at 5050.wordpress.com and just actually read the 11 steps for easily to accomplish strategies for making us and us so's. You'll also see a page on the website. It's called Among the Representatives. Use, because use, twos, shows, and Kens joins us, becoming Equinoxtrueqsz Chrisztz Secretary General, and you'll see that will we miss this summer? We'll take this opportunity, and you'll see our names pictured there. And yours too. We have our family trees, and we have yours too, represented by picture frames. We start genealogically, first go first with our great and grandmothers. And then equally to all the Shekinahs of our families, all the women's, and then equally, especially for core leaders and opening the Stargates, the Akashic Records, as well as those our youngest generations of Elohaz and Elohim's, Ellie circles, and Arrow with females and males. So you see our names and pictures, and there's lots more. We'll say some of them, can't say all of them. We have Jigna Say, and Queen Esther, and all the Iroquois, Scottish grandmother, and goes Sister Christina, Nicole, cousin brothers, and nieces and nephews, Clemson and Jens, including also more currently recently Barbara Herschel, Lydia Sons, and of course Virginia and the validity of entering new times. And of course we have our co-white cat supplement, Murder, Rosary, and Pearl, and especially Ma, Patricia, Sunflowers, and equally Martha, Myrtles, and Sophia, and Anna Marie, Crickets, O'Leary's, and Laura, lots more there. And of course, we have our Ubuntu's families. We have our Amazing Graces, Belinda's, we have Lillian Gallas, Gwaggies, Josephine's, Ann's, lots more there, Mabel's, and of course, we have our Light families, our Bunnies and Silvers, lots more there. And of course, our Esther families, our Ellen's and Hannah's, lots more there. And of course, especially Nurse and Jerry's, our Brains and our Hearts, our reintertwining, Magdalene's and Nazarenes, the Bedusians and Marins, Estrella, Libertina, Estrella, lots more there. And of course, equals and especially this Harry Harriet, Radiant Rose, Harry Harriet, traveling back and forth in circles, time, Clara, Jubilant, Chaplain, Fresh Stamps, and Richard Rose, Marie, Remember, Grimnet, all the gracious, short, Grandma, Dorothy, teaching learners, with Elena, Leon, and Jenny, and the guy, Pamela, Rachel, Rochai, the Stargates families, Barbara's Catholics, and Hopeless, and of course, Malcolm, Shirley, and of course, current generations of females, Esther's, Rachel's, Namarys, and Julian, and Nichols, and Georgians, Barbara's, Deeds, and Jenner's, and our younger generation, Devil's Rivers, and Rose Rivers, and Dress, and Twins. Also, everything we need is our, Assistant of Stories, some of the short swatties, Jenny Hill Juliet's, Rachel Marie, Elaine Hayes, and Vanessa Simon, Vince Russell, Eugene Gleason, Harrison, Gretel, Leon Ross, Ben Shannon, John Spencer, both and more are coming very, always that's hilarious, always relatedly, Soon's, ever yeast blessings.